Welcome everyone to the What Stuff Podcast. My name is John here with Jake and Brad. We are the punk rock garage band of podcast, adding our voice to resistance as loudly as we can here on the Derealization Nation Media Network. Boys, the Senate has been working triple overtime, reading the entirety of this big, disastrous, death-filled fucking turd of a bill all night long. The Democrats forced them to read it. It's the closest thing you can do to filibustering it. So that was kind of cool, but reading it was kind of depressing because we found out that it was way worse than the original bill. Worse on just about every level, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute. But before we do, please do like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Help us out on the YouTube algorithm. And if you can, pick up a paid subscription on the Substack app or a t-shirt at derealizationnation.com. Yeah, so the Senate bill, as it's being reported in the most moderate sense of the word, adds about $3.3 trillion to the debt immediately. The debt ceiling raise of $5 trillion is in there. But this is a progressive podcast, and frankly, if you want to hear about the fucking debt limit and fucking the way that it's going to add trillions to the debt, all we need to know from our perspective is that when you raise taxes, it costs a hell of a lot more than when you pay for children's school lunches. When you cut taxes for billionaires, it costs a hell of a lot more than educating the population. That's what the problem is here. It's a double loss. It's not an investment. When you invest, you get a return. When you fucking cut taxes, it is not an investment. It is a fucking loss, a net loss. And that's why the debt is going to explode. If you want to talk about any of that other bullshit, that's somebody else's show. So what we're going to talk about specifically is how damaging this bill is in ways that are relevant both because we care deeply about these issues, like people being alive, and also because we can make these issues have impacts beyond that. So let's start with this video of Andy Bashir, the Democratic governor of the red state of Kentucky, explaining how healthcare will cuts to healthcare devastate the economy.
This is going to devastate the economy.
Oh.
Now, if it shuts down 35 rural hospitals in Kentucky, those are the second largest employers in each of the counties they're in behind the public schools. Every doctor, every nurse, every orderly, every custodian loses their job. And you know what? The ones that would qualify for that tax cut don't get it because they don't have an income anymore. I mean, you look at that amount of job loss in so many communities. This is not something that's going to stimulate the economy. And I think fewer people are going to qualify for the tax cut because of how hard it hits the economy. It's basically looking at one of the fastest growing industries across America and slashing it and claiming that those job losses won't happen. It's also going to make the workers of America less productive. Either they're going to be less healthy or they're going to be taking more time off to drive parents and kids to doctors and hospitals that are hours away. I mean, I think anybody who just steps back and says at least 20,000 Kentuckians are going to lose their job over this, no, that's not good for our state. And again, just the breakdown of numbers in Kentucky, we think, are at least 200,000 people lose their coverage. That's 200,000 people that are less healthy that might not be able to work now. 35 rural hospitals potentially close and 20,000 Kentucky healthcare workers lose their job. So the argument for why it's bad for the economy is right there.
Yeah, it's a pretty good argument. That's a pretty good argument. And that's not just Kentucky. That's every state, guys. Every state.
Watching these people actively vote against their best interests is truly wild to me. And my biggest issue right now is that we know that this bill is not good. However, these MAGA people are so blindly professing their love for Trump that they don't care what is in the bill. They just need it to pass because it's Trump's. They don't give a fuck what's in it. They just want to be like, look at the bill Trump passed. They don't care.
Yeah, and I think there is a number of them who think that this is like necessary to kickstart the economy. But we have a shortage of doctors and nurses in this country, and not exactly a surplus.
Right.
it's a missed opportunity. You have all this need, and just by simply investing, and it's not just like nurses and doctors. There's also like 400,000 electricians that are needed desperately. If you concentrate that money in hiring those people in those trades,
You got custodians, the food workers. You have all those people in the hospital. Hospitals
yeah.
aren't just doctors and nurses.
No, no, they're whole communities. I mean, the
Hmm.
landscaping. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people related to the pit. Jake, you watched the pit with us too this year. Like a lot of people watched the pit this year, and it really did you got a good sense of like the background characters. How many of them, like how many people step up when there's an emergency? How many people are running blood back? How many people have to mop up the puke and piss and shit that happens on a non-stop basis in the hospital? Like people do hard jobs,
Hmm.
weird jobs, maintenance jobs. I mean, it's not just doctors and nurses. And when you talk about a place like Kentucky, Ohio is similar in the same area, but like a lot of these red states, like stuff's real spread out. So like the small town that I was imprisoned in, the prison was the employer. If the prison didn't exist, that town would be two cows and the guy who fucks and nobody else. Like there is that's just like there's nothing else. There is a gas station and a hotel and like a couple of restaurants for people who come and visit people in the prison. So like there would be if without the prison there'd be no reason for that town to exist even. Gas station or stoplight. So devastating on these terms. 100 so it's adding another 2 million people losing their health insurance. Which is also obviously bad, but I guess like once you get to like 12 million, what's another million, right? Like fuck them. Why not? So we talked about before, like this is not just about the reason it wasn't gonna the reason the Senate was had a problem with it wasn't because it was bad, it was because it wasn't bad enough. And they sure did go and make it worse. Um, Another aspect of this I want to talk about is the uh, climate aspect. And climate and green energy are huge economic opportunities that we have not taken advantage of for years and years and years, mainly because American politics has been crippled by the oil and gas lobby. And people like Ted Cruz. So let's start the conversation there. I just I've only been to New York one time. I really enjoyed my time there. I love the people of New York, and they're the real heroes in this video. All right, so there he is. You see him back there in the background, old fucking Ted Cruz
Yep,
coming to New York.
waving, kissing babies and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah. Look at him politicking.
Fuck you, you racist piece of shit! Fuck you! Fuck you, man!
You suck!
You fucking suck, dude!
You're a disgrace!
You go to fucking hell,
You're
dude!
a
Remember when
disgrace.
Trump called your wife
You
ugly?
suck.
Remember that? Remember when Trump called your wife ugly and then you nominated him?
You're a disgrace
Fuck
to
you!
this country!
You
You're
fucking
a
piece of
disgrace!
shit! Remember when those insurrectionists wanted to murder you?
Yo, go
You
vote!
ugly piece of shit!
Yo, go
to
vote
hell.
Trump!
Get the fuck out of
You
New
suck!
York!
Get out of New York!
Trump called your wife
We don't
ugly
want
and
you
you
here.
loved
We don't
it!
want you
You
here.
ugly
You
fuck!
suck.
Get the
You
fuck out of
suck.
here! Eat my dick, you asshole!
Yo, finally someone's talking with you.
Do you see how
Eat,
scared the guy was behind him?
eat my dick, you asshole.
So, so
Yeah,
good.
the guy behind him. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
He literally
Huh.
was terrified.
Yeah, I think his whole security detail was used is not. I don't know that they're really used to this sort of vitriol, but I mean, you should probably expect it when you're traveling with old Teddy Cruz.
Imagine Ted Cruz thinking he's respected by literally anybody in America.
How is he? He does keep getting reelected, which is just mind blowing. Especially like, I don't know if you guys know who Beto O'Rourke is, the guy who ran against him last time. Like, he's a fucking top notch politician. Like, he makes a lot of sense. And Texans are like, nah, give me the weird cuck. We like him.
Oh
He made
yeah,
the
Beto was never gonna win down there.
no, no. That's sad, man. It's sad that that's the case because
He
this is
stands
a
no
man,
shot.
no shot. This is a man who directly sells out Texas all the time. Now, Texas is one of the greenest states in the country. Believe that? It's crazy, right? Like it's insane, but it's true. Like they don't just produce oil; they also produce a lot of wind farms because lots of open, unused space, but no hills, plenty of wind in Texas, and plenty of sunshine too. So, yeah, they get their wind and solar. Well, this bill destroys wind and solar. Like before in the House bill, um, they kind of pared some of that back because they recognized that that was going to affect red states like Texas a lot. Um, but in this bill, they decided not to give a fuck about any of that. Um, they a, a leader in the industry said, "This is how you kill us." And at a time when electric prices and demand are soaring. So they are predicting a huge spike in energy prices for everyone. It's going to rapidly phase out existing federal tax subsidies for wind and solar power by 2027. Many companies say that it could derail hundreds of projects under development and jeopardize billions of dollars in manufacturing facilities that have been planned around the country with subsidies in mind. Also, an estimated 450,000 manufacturing jobs. Combine that with the tariffs on China, which are increasing the cost of the parts needed to create and build these solar panels, and these industries are being kneecapped. Kneecapped. But do you think Ted Cruz cares? No. So why not? Right? Why not?
None of these people care about us. That's what I'm learning.
No.
They
No,
just
they
none of them care about us at all.
absolutely not.
Like
They,
I've always kind of been like a stick it to the man, but like these people are actually like we voted in these people,
yeah,
and they are proving that they do not give a fuck about us.
not one single solitary fuck. Um,
I'm just confused on why there's such a clear solution, and we just always just like, no,
well,
no.
I'm glad
Corporate
you asked,
oligarchs.
Jake, because there is an answer.
No, I
And
know there's an answer. I just know that we're not using one. That's like my issue. Like we see the answer. It's like a math problem where you get the answer and it's like, oh, show your work. Well, we have our work.
yeah,
Well
no,
done.
100%. Oh, that doesn't matter to them at all.
No.
Let's watch Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, the most Gen Z boomer on the planet, give Ted give Ted Cruz a little fucking lesson in the Senate.
My Democrat colleagues never seem concerned by that massive money on the left, which is considerably larger than the money that is supporting Republicans.
Again, since you're speaking about me, that's also not true. I am the actual lead sponsor of an act that would end dark money, and it wouldn't end it just on your side. It would end it for everyone. Everyone would know who is funding people's campaigns. And every Democrat votes for that bill to get rid of dark money, and every Republican votes against that bill to protect dark money, largely because the fossil fuel industry's dark money is the lifeblood of the Republican political operation. You don't want to see that exposed.
No, that's
Wow.
fine. We are
Wow.
on top of this, like we are not just canceling the clean energy, we are subsidizing things like coal, metallurgic coal. He is investing in coal. This fucking dum dum is going to insist that we continue to burn dinosaur bones for fuel until the fucking day he dies. Just unfucking believable. And go ahead, Jake, just say it.
Dinosaurs aren't real, but yes, other fossil fuels.
Right. Well, fossils from something. Okay. Just see you just fucking boiling over there, like ready to explode. Fine, Jake. Dinosaurs aren't real.
Dinosaurs aren't real.
I don't know. Well, Donald Trump's a fucking dinosaur, and he's unfortunately.
And also trying to take down the world before he dies.
Yeah, yeah. In that regard, he's more of the asteroid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, can you wrap it up,
More peaceful.
please? Because if it's only going to end poorly, can we just wrap this the fuck up? Then if we don't stand a chance, can we just
Yeah,
get to the end?
stop edging us. Come on.
Yeah, please. I'm almost there, brother. I'm almost there.
Oh, guys. Well, I mean,
Because I feel like I have less hope every day, and maybe I'm just like dramatizing or I don't being dramatic, I guess, or whatever. But I just don't feel like I am. I just feel like it's not gonna get better.
well, I can't say whether or not it will get better, but I can say for certain that they are trying their best to help you guys end this thing quickly. Like they haven't quit pumping yet. They're trying to get you finished. This is not only are they doing this is coming at a time when they are increasing the energy demand and energy infrastructure to the service of artificial intelligence. So not not only is artificial intelligence going to superheat the planet in and of itself, even if it was powered with pure fucking solar panels, it would still cause irreparable damage to the environment. But when you add in the fact that we're going to do it by burning coal, we're fucked.
That
We're
does sound
super
so
fucked.
crazy.
Yeah. Burning coal and also like another part of their plan, another reason they feel that the argument that you have to stay with the gasoline powered cars is because you do not have the fucking extra energy to be charging cars with.
The grid, right?
So you would overstress the grid. So literally every climate project has to be put on hold. And people like fucking Peter Thiel will tell you that like once we get AI built, then everything's going to be okay. Because we'll just ask it how to fix climate change. And I assume that if it has any hands, it'll just reach out and smack you in the fucking head for being a moron.
Yeah.
Here's a little clip of Peter Thiel, guys. This is fun.
You would prefer the human race to endure, right?
Uh,
You're hesitating.
yeah. Well,
yes.
I don't know. I would.
Oh,
I would.
This is a long hesitation. This is a long hesitation.
There's so many questions implicit
Should
in this.
No, brother, that's not. Would you prefer humans be here or not, brother? Simple.
That's just the one question, really.
dang.
That's what they think of us, bro. That's really how they view us. We are simply pieces of the puzzle.
So why, guys, then are we cutting all these services? Are we getting rid of these things? Like we're the most wealthiest nation on the planet, right? Like, so why do we have to do this? What's the purpose of these massive cuts?
Pick me, bro.
Oh, Brad.
Tax cuts for billionaires, bro.
What? Of
I
course.
know, man.
Of
I
course.
know.
Yeah, fuck this planet. They need an extra $220,000 a year. That's fucking crazy. What the fuck is wrong with people? This is the worst piece of legislation to ever pass anywhere, ever. And like, like people that the fact that there are like still 30% of people who are actually for this is fucking bananas. You literally have to like not want to learn how to read and also not want to hear and just want to believe only what you believe with all of your heart and soul to not know that this is a fucking bad idea.
Those are the ones that will not leave, bro. That 30% are the ones that will not leave.
Now, they will volunteer themselves as spaceship fuel to get the billionaires to Mars where they can live in peace.
For sure. It just has to be passed because it's Trump's. They don't care what's in it.
Yeah. No, they literally.
They should go right now.
Dude, fucking A. Like
Those t-shirts are doing great. Elon can get you up there.
if you told me that all these tax cuts were to send them to fucking Mars forever where we'd never hear from them again, I'd say go for it.
Run it.
Run that shit.
True.
See you later. Dude, it's insane. And then Jeff Bezos' wedding was big news this week as well. I don't know if you guys if there's anything you guys want to touch on about that, go for it. But I just think it's just one of the most out of touch possible things. But I think it adds great fucking context to this tax cut for billionaires.
Yeah, I think it's just like a glaring example of what's actually happening in America.
Yeah.
They're like threatening to take healthcare away from people while the guy you're giving a tax break to is buying out entire cities for his wedding.
I think it also showed how like other countries treat people like that. How other countries were so upset that a billionaire was able to do that, and they don't stand for that.
Yeah, that's also a good point. Hold up 1 second. I have a technical error.
Jesus Christ. No. Were you talking?
He said, hold on a second.
Yeah, I saw his mouth move though.
He must not be able to hear us or something.
Okay. Cut it. Not this part.
Yeah. Something ain't right. You need
Okay.
to
You
cut
hear me
it.
now?
Now we can.
Yep.
Right, well, now I can't hear you.
Come the fuck on, dude.
At least I know what's wrong now.
He muted himself. This dude can't even read the fucking words on the screen. Come on, Grandpa.
I got it. I got it. I got
All
it.
right.
We're back. So
Okay,
we
you
were
gotta
talking.
move to your left a hair. There you go. There you go.
4 hours on
Jake,
not
you too.
being disturbed. Sorry, I move all the time.
You're good.
Okay, we're back. We're
You
set.
drinking liberal tears in that mug?
No, these are conservative tears. They're much more. They've got a hoppy taste. It tastes like
Mhm.
something an IPA too. So yeah, it's just completely out of taste. And yeah, the point about Europe is very valid, Jake. Because they just don't put up with this shit. There's
No.
big protests to all of this stuff too, like much bigger protests than there are here in Europe.
Yeah.
You know?
Their pride's bigger. Everything's bigger.
Yeah,
And you know why?
yeah,
Because the French don't go to work until 10, so they're happy.
yeah, just much happier. Trump had the audacity to point out something about, I don't know, his bill, and then like, well, Sweden has this. Well, like, yeah, Switzerland has. Well, yeah, motherfucker, and they're goddamn fucking socialist country, idiot. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But God
That
forbid.
I've learned that the argument for that though, when I'm like, oh well, have you seen the quality of life of countries and what they have in common? And they're like, well, those are homogenous countries. Well, I
Well,
don't really care about it's not it's the policies, you fucking moron. Everybody
yeah,
gets treated as an equal.
watching this countries.
Right. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
There are people who just listen to Charlie Kirk and then say Charlie Kirk things like homogenous and straw man. Like, fucking explain to me what a straw man argument is before you tell me that you're fucking that is a straw man argument. Who cares? It's a fucking stupid argument. Okay, it's dumb. You're dumb. Stop fucking parroting Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is a high school dropout who doesn't know anything. He gets paid a ton of money and still hasn't fixed his fucking teeth.
I know that's crazy.
Isn't that wild? Be like the first thing. Like even now, like if I got paid anything, I would fix this fucking tooth.
And usually I don't make fun of people for their teeth because that's something it's expensive and it's wrong. But like his, oh my God, that is.
Everybody else in MAGA is getting all the surgery. He's the only MAGA to not get the surgery
And all he does is debate fucking college kids.
and get roundly whooped.
One of the girls just debunked his abortion being against the Bible. Like she used Bible verses and took him down. Like he has not won a single argument.
No,
Those
he's
are my favorite.
embarrassing as fuck. The only debates that he really has are when he like talks to conservative students and like rah-rahs them into believing what they already believe harder.
Mm. Yeah,
There's
this
a
is
lot.
pretty true.
Yeah. Oh my God. I had it queued up for a different episode, but like at one point he was like at a college, he was talking to like these young 14-year-old like freshmen in high school, like getting ready for, study. And she's like, I think I want to be a journalist. And she asked him like a normal question that you would ask, a good question of somebody. And he basically tells her like that they should bring back the MRS degree and that she should just go like going to college to get married is also a fucking valid point. It was just creepy and weird and just like him. It's creepy and weird. And you
You know
know,
what? It gives the same energy. Do you guys remember the gun girl
Yeah.
who would go
Yes.
to
Oh
college
yeah.
campuses and harass people on like topics and shit?
She was at the rallies. I can't remember where she was, but she
Yeah,
showed up in
he gives the
protest of the
same amount of energy.
No King rally. Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. I haven't seen
And
it.
then she like shit her pants or something, and then was defamed forever.
Like literally?
Oh yeah, like literally.
She came to YSU. I was on campus when she was there. I tried to find her, but I couldn't.
She came to Kent State too.
Wow. Fucking unbelievable.
But then yeah, I think she shit her pants or something, and I don't know. The internet was relentless. I don't remember exactly what it was, but they went for her neck, bro.
Internet is crazy.
The internet is fucking nuts. The internet is help like this is what I expected us to be better at this as liberals, these like online responses, and I feel like we are better now than we were during the election. I guess it's because like it's broken free from the shackles of the uh Democratic establishment. But Fox News went after Hope Walls for defending progressive policies as being normal. And this is Hope's response to Laura Ingraham on Fox News.
So apparently, Laura Ingraham from Fox News had a segment about my TikTok talking about embracing popular progressive policies. I only know this because a mutual of mine posted about it. You couldn't pay me any amount of money to consume any of their content, but I saw that. I can also typically tell when cult members come in my comments and call me horrible names. But yeah, apparently she had a whole segment about it, and I come away with that feeling sad for her. Like, genuine sadness that there are people that are willing to come on national TV and just with their whole chest admit that they don't care about feeding kids or helping people get to work or providing childcare for people that are reproducing and creating our country and world's future. Like, genuinely, I feel sad. I don't know how you go through your day just not caring about other people. Also, if you actually watch the video, the point went right over Miss Laura's head. Like, the polling is there. A lot of these issues are largely popular and or could be largely popular. The left just needs to message it. And that was what I was saying. And I don't know if it was on purpose or who knows, but it went right over her head. Like, they always go to the most like typical like comeback, and it's just so boring. But yeah, I genuinely feel sad for her. Get well soon, Laura. It must be a miserable life, truly.
I like that energy. Yeah, this is true. Like, there's one of the comments on a clip of ours on TikTok talking about the Purple Heart veteran whose status was ripped from him, and he was fucking deported away, whisked out of this country, expelled from this country. And dude was like, "Why don't you cry about it or something?" I literally said to him, I said, like, this is a fucking Purple Heart veteran. If that's really how you feel, dude, like, just know that I'm praying for you because there's something deeply wrong with you.
Yeah.
Deeply wrong. Like, don't let. I hate this narrative around the idea, like the entirety, every hero that you know, every book that's ever been written, from the Song of Roland to the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man, is about a man having a visceral reaction to injustice. So get emotional, get upset, get involved, and fucking do something because that's what heroes do. You know, if you want to be a man, you want to be a big guy, then fucking let your emotions out. Don't fucking stuff them down, right? You're missing the whole point of a John Wayne type character. Like, you have someone who is able to control themselves until injustice happens and then they freak out and murder everybody. I'm not saying do that, but I'm saying, you should be able to call up from somewhere a bit of manhood and stand up for things and have some fucking balls. There's nothing manly about coming on somebody's TikTok page, addressing an issue of veterans, or coming on Hope Walls' TikTok page and calling her fucking names and shit, for things that are popular, like feeding children. Yeah, man, fuck you. It's a bitch move. It's about as bitch made as it gets, bro. It is not manly in any way. You look so stupid and like just so fucking dumb, dude. I can't express enough. And now Laura Ingraham is not some dude. She's a woman on Fox News. But it's the same thing, man. Like it's not really, I don't really consider this like a gender thing either as much. Like it's just like a good person, like be a good person. Like the virtues that make a good person are that you get emotional and get upset when injustice happens. People who don't are fucking either villains or losers. And there's no fucking in between there. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
I agree with you. People are so weird. Like
Yeah.
I heard somebody say, I don't know, I might have sent it to you guys earlier, but when people say I don't want to discuss politics, well, like I would love to discuss it. I think everybody deserves the opportunity to eat in this country. Like I love that from myself. So
Yeah.
if you don't discuss politics, you got to have some terrible ideologies to not
Yeah.
be willing to discuss politics with people.
Right.
You're just such a scumbag. Like, yeah, I would love to tell you that I think everybody deserves access to healthcare. Like, I love sharing that opinion with people.
I want you to know that about me.
Yeah.
I want you to know that I believe that if you get cancer, you should have no questions asked care.
Right.
Sorry. Sorry for being radical.
Yeah.
You know, pretty sure my liberal tears can't cure you. You're
Right.
gonna need medicine.
Yeah. If we can bomb kids in the Middle East, I don't understand why we can't feed kids in America. Like,
Shit. We got enough food
radical
in
left,
the Middle East
lunatic,
too. We don't have the fucking willpower to move the trucks 30 yards.
radical lunatic leftists.
Radical. Radical as fuck. Imagine wanting to stop genocide. What a bunch of bitches y'all are for wanting to stop a genocide. Did you imagine anything less human than not wanting to stop a genocide? I cannot. I cannot.
Do you guys
Um,
ever come across that one girl TikToker? It always starts with a video of like kids on the streets, like starving kids on the street, and then or like someone wasting food, like a mukbang, and like they're wasting the crap out of the food, and then it like cuts to her making like hundreds and hundreds of dishes and just going out to the streets and just handing them out to these kids who are just flooding towards her. I think it's so powerful and she's so cool. If I can find a video for you to show, like it's so cool.
yeah, let's do that.
And she's hot. Like it's really, really cool. I love her content. I'll have to find one.
Yeah, find one and send it to the group, and we'll
Mhm.
highlight her on the show for sure, for sure. That's great. I mean, we need so much more to that. Um, Speaking of Middle East, real quick, Donald Trump said something that no politician will touch because of APAC and being bitches. Uh, Donald Trump said that he would stop giving aid to Israel if they didn't stop prosecuting Benjamin Netanyahu for his fraud, um, his bribery, his corruption charges.
Crazy.
Yeah, let me just get your like. How does that? What is your just right on reaction to that? Just go ahead, Brad. You first.
He's a fucking war criminal. Leaving that aside,
No, yeah,
like
that is.
you know, what I mean? Like that's not even what they're going after him for. He's a fucking war criminal. But for our president to just be like, listen, you let that war criminal be, or I'm gonna stop giving you money, is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Insane to me, dude, that we could just say that. How is this not what is this not bribery? Is this not this has got to be corruption. Maybe I've just lost all sight of what corruption looks like now, but this has got to be something.
Yeah, no, I think it's that. I don't know. It looks like that. Jake, what's it look like to you? Corruption?
Some weird, sick adrenaline rush or something like that. He must get some high of getting his friends off of charges and something like that because he just
Yeah,
loves doing it.
he does do it. Yeah,
The
I mean,
abuse of power must just be intoxicating to him.
yeah, it'd be interesting to know like who bought Trump coin recently to make that happen.
Right.
That's what I want to know. Who was the latest purchaser of Trump coin? Uh, yeah, it's so absurd on its face too because the last thing the Bibi Netanyahu like he's the weapons are what's keeping him out of prison. As long as he keeps the war up, Trumpy boy, like you don't need pardons. He just needs the weapons because they can't get rid of him until the war ends. And yeah, I got news for you, pal. He's gonna keep. I feel pretty confident in saying that this so-called ceasefire will not last, just given the past 2 billion years worth of fucking evidence that says that Benjamin Netanyahu doesn't honor ceasefires. I'm just gonna go ahead and guess he's probably gonna break this one too, and then you're gonna have to deal with that. But that's a fucking gift for another day. If they were true and they were able to end uh, weapons sales to Israel, I don't know. I don't know if that's. I don't. I guess like I wouldn't mind that, if it meant that he could still be tried for his war crimes. So I mean, I don't know. I just obviously it's absurd on its face, and nobody's going to touch that because nobody wants to talk about it. What a fucking corrupt piece of shit Benjamin Netanyahu really is, because it kind of ruins your whole. Well, Israel has a right to defend itself. If you remember that Benjamin Netanyahu still needs to be investigated for his failures of security on October 7th, because initial reports showed that he was pretty much. There was a lot of talk when this thing first happened that he kind of let it happen, like it was his fault. So,
Man, if there was a playbook,
oh my God, say it.
something like this happened.
Just get it out of your fucking system, guys. Jesus
All
Christ.
right, dude. Well, something happened on 9/11, and it was like we had a big giant warning, and then it still happened anyway. It's all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying, dude. It's all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying.
Guys, like you get like you're like kids, like just like fucking bouncing around, like say it, say it, say it, say it, say it, say it, say it,
I
just
didn't
say
say anything about the Zodiac killer.
it. Yeah, that was a missed
I'm just saying.
opportunity those
It,
New York fans had there. You know?
it just sounds like I've seen this before. Is all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
well, we definitely have because he's also the cause of the Iraq War. Like Benjamin Netanyahu started the war in Iraq. Like that's him. That's the guy. Get him. Just get him. Ah, Jesus. It's yeah, it's so frustrating. Um, but it's tough because, you know, Israel has a right to defend itself and yada yada yada. And so we can't talk about anything else.
Hey Anu, where are we going for dinner?
Sushi or?
I noticed you didn't say Tel Aviv. Now tell me, do you believe in Israel's right to exist as a Jewish state? What is it like being a raging anti-Semite? Do you plan on visiting Israel anytime in the next few days?
Excellent TikTok. Excellent.
I noticed you didn't say Tel Aviv.
Yeah. What's it like being a raging anti-Semite?
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how it feels. So that's my gleeful segue into talking about Zohran Mandan. So let me start with this more serious clip first.
When you run for mayor, you face a lot of baseless accusations, and I try to ignore as many of them as I can. But this morning, Politico accused me of something that I take very seriously. They released a story falsely claiming that I refused to condemn the Holocaust. Their evidence? My name wasn't listed as a co-sponsor on a resolution I proudly voted for. In this election, we're seeing the real crisis of anti-Semitism and the pain of Jewish New Yorkers being weaponized as a political talking point. Here's the truth. In January, I told my assembly staff not to co-sponsor any resolutions that were emailed to our office. If I'm on a resolution, it's because I was automatically added. I created this blanket policy because I wanted to focus on the substance of legislation. It had nothing to do with the content of the resolution. But I understand this has caused pain and confusion for many, so I want to share my actual record. I have voted every year for the Holocaust Remembrance Day resolution, including this year, to honor the more than 6 million Jewish people murdered by the Nazis. I have repeatedly supported allocating millions of dollars in the state budget for Holocaust survivors. And my campaign has proposed the largest fiscal commitment of any candidate to combat anti-Semitism, an 800% increase in hate crime prevention. As mayor, I will protect Jewish New Yorkers and build a city that every person can be proud to call home. As we get closer to Election Day, you'll unfortunately hear more lies about me, but I'll always be here to tell you the truth.
This is how you win, bro. This is how you win. This is it. This is what social media is for. They are going to take TikTok away from us. They are going to take this from us. Because he will grassroots this thing all the way to the mayor of New York. Simple. Simple.
What did I say? I said, if you want to get us on your side, start going to social media. Where are we at? Where's my generation at?
The internet, bro.
We're not out. We didn't do the whole thing. We never had to protest. We never knew about all this stuff. We are now, but like this is all new to us. We never had to fight this hard for something. You know,
these kids were not out. They are not outside, bro. They are on social media.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, that was so good. Such a great answer.
Mm-hmm.
But it just speaks to the point too. Like we talked about already. Like we said, soon you're going to start hearing. I think it was Brad that said it. Like soon you're going to start hearing a lot of shitty things about Zoro Mondami, and it has been what 3 fucking days, and here we are.
The slander will be out of control. It will be out of control.
It's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts, and just anchor down and be prepared for all this shit. He was also on Meet the Press today, and I did not pull the clips because they're just too long. But he answered every question. And on Meet the Press, usually when these people go on these Sunday shows, they stammer, they obfuscate, but he answered every question just like that. He answers every single question just like that, with clearance and assurance, clarity. Like he has because he's expressing what he believes in, not what he's been told to say.
Yes.
You can tell the fucking difference right away. And if you really want to know what the actual difference is, whether you're on TikTok, CNN, MSNBC, or the fucking corner of a street on a soapbox, people know authenticity. They know that you do or do not believe in what you're talking about. And when you start answering questions about where we're going for dinner with, well, obviously I believe that Israel has a right to exist as a nation, like everybody just sighs and goes, ugh. Or if you start every sentence with, well, President Trump, God fucking damn it, shut up. Like we already know that you are about to fucking tell us something you know is wrong. You know is wrong. Like you just fucking know it's wrong. The idea that it is more complicated than that, it's not. People are into Zoran because Zoran speaks about what he believes in. And, people are willing to try a little socialism. And the things that he's suggesting are so minor. Like free buses, a pilot program to launch 5 grocery stores, which would cost about, I think it's like a third of the money that it costs to subsidize the corporate grocery stores. Because yes, we subsidize grocery stores, but have no say in what the prices are of those groceries. So it's like communism without the control. We just pay for it if we don't actually get anything out of it. So it's like the things that he's talking about, they make them seem so fantastic, but honest to God, every minute that he's on Fox News is a gift because it sounds like they're selling him. Every time that they try to fucking talk down to him, it sounds stupid. Jesse Waters went and had his little guy out there on Pride, trying to do like interviews, making people look bad. He made it look like so much fun. They look like such fucking losers trying to fucking like downgrade these fucking the Pride parade, and they end up looking like losers. Speaking of Pride Parade, he was also there in New York City, standing next to Letitia James, marching down the street which was phenomenal to see. I just loved it. It made me so happy. They were both so into it, and they're just two of the best people we have right now. I really appreciate both of them. And also speak best people in Pride parades. Uh, the Wallses were also at Minnesota's Pride wearing Michelle Hoffman T-shirts to honor the deceased. The funeral happened while the bill was happening, just to ensure that Minnesota Democratic senators could not return back home for the funeral. So that was, like a very subtle and evil way of just like disregarding the fact that one of their colleagues was killed. Like ordinarily, you would never do business on the day of a senator's funeral in the Senate, like that, or any politician's funeral, especially not after an assassination. I mean, it's just absurd how this is lost in the news cycle. Um, but yeah, crazy. And of course, Trump didn't go, but the Bidens were there, and Kamala was there. Kamala and Tim giving each other a hug was real sweet.
Stop,
And
I miss her.
and she held Biden's hand during the service.
Oh,
It was really cute.
That's what we could have had.
I
Yeah.
know.
No, this is better. We were kidnapping people, Brad. We're kidnapping people, we're creating orphans all over the place. It's just this is what the people want. They have a mandate. So sad. Contrast could not be any different. So fucking come at me with this two sides bullshit, and I will fucking slap two sides of your face. Like that's the dumbest shit on the fucking planet. This is not a two sides issue. There is fascism, there is not fascism, and there is nothing in between. All right. I think that's good enough for today. I do want to end on this one last little funny clip that I saw. I really enjoyed it because this does kind of just describe your everyday. We were sitting around. Jake was in Pittsburgh all over the weekend, and we were eating dinner. And I looked at my phone for the first time in a few hours, and the Benjamin Netanyahu thing had popped up. And I just was like exasperated. Like, it's fucking Saturday, bro. Like, just take a fucking day and just golf and go to bed. Like, don't do crazy things. Oops, this is not the right video. But yeah, no, he had to do it anyway. That is also an interesting story, but it is still developing. The sniper in Idaho. Not a lot of details yet. He's still at large as we are recording this. But this is one I thought was pretty funny.
Ain't that the truth, dude? He never comes across with good breaking news ever.
No, no.
So he's sad.
We do have some good news on Kilmar that we're going to talk about next time.
Nice.
So that's something to look forward to there. But other than that, I think we'll wrap it up. You guys want to add anything else?
I like it. I think that was a good one.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for helping us grow. Thanks for being a part of the Derealization Nation. Once again, we are the Punk Rock Garage Band of podcasts, adding our voice to resistance as loud as we can. We're on TikTok, Threads, Instagram, Substack, and YouTube. Please do like and subscribe, especially on YouTube. It goes every single like goes such a long way on YouTube. Subscriptions are great too. You can help us out if you like financially by giving a paid subscription on Substack or purchasing a T-shirt at derealizationnation.com. That's derealizationnation.com. Enter code FDT8647 for 25% off. Yeah, that's about it. Until next time, I'm John.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Brad.
And that's what's left.
As a society, if we do not demand better, it will get worse.
All right.